Hello and welcome. This is Elise Curry with Explosive Strategic Growth TV, and our special guest today is Jon Keel, founder and CEO of Improved Results. Jon has become a very good friend as well as a business partner and advisor. His industry knowledge and integrity have made him a much sought-after counselor, and that is the foundation and the birthing of AskJonKeel.com. So welcome, Jon, and thank you for joining us.
Elise, it is great to be here with you today.
Well, Jon, what's the background on AskJonKeel.com? And how did it come to be?
The background really stretches out over 35 plus years, and as I get into a lot of detail on the website, which I won't do here, I've been around and ran and grew a business to about $14-15 million, sold that, and then it got involved in the internet 17 years ago. So some people call me the boomer internet guy or the old dog with new tricks. Yeah, I've been around, but the thing that I've always believed is that people who have miles on them and have experience, I can learn a lot from them. And so that's really the background, just to be able to share all this information that I've got. Now, the specific thing that led to this was, as I've been speaking at seminars over the years and then attending seminars, I find that people always come up to me and say, hey, can I pick your brain? And that happened at our most recent event I was at several weeks ago. It happened over and over and over. And I was out at dinner one night with some very good friends who had been with me a lot just up and down the halls, and they just jumped all over my case. And they said, you really don't know how much you know, do you? People pay me $1,000 an hour for what I'll call strict consulting. I only do a couple hours of that a month. And they said, why don't you do this? Why don't you put a program together which will allow you to transfer information to people and knowledge and business experience to people in a structured environment. So that's how it started.
So, Jon, what's the difference in this program and everything else that's out there, all the different mastermind groups, all of the different how-to programs?
Well, all those things are very, very important. Seminars. People should be attending seminars. I'm almost a seminar junkie sometimes. I'd love to go and learn more and get more knowledge. Mastermind groups are important, and they fill a particular void. Of course, in the local business community, we have all types of software available today to make our jobs easier. This is different because what we're going to cover, what the questions we're going to ask are probably questions that people will never ask in public at a seminar. They'll ask in private. And so I'll be able to share all that information, the answers to those types of questions in this, again, this structured environment. So I just see it as one more thing. And given its month-to-month nature, the reality is if it doesn't meet somebody's need, they'll just unsubscribe.
So, Jon, how will it actually work for somebody that's going to want to work with you?
Well, again, on the AskJonKeel.com website, there's all the information in terms of how to become a subscriber. The specifics are that we will have at least one monthly teleseminar, at least an hour long, and during the month, then I will be accepting questions, and we have that all set up in terms of how to submit those. Be accepting questions from people, and then on the teleseminar, we'll answer those questions. And I won't be surprised, but I'm sure a lot of the questions will be along the same vein. It's not going to be technical. It's not about how to use this software or how to write this piece of direct mail, although I may get into a little bit of that with some experience in that area. But this is really going to be more, I call it head stuff. The thing that stands, and it's always stood between me and where I wanted to go, and it's 100% rule. The thing that stands between us is the 6 inches between our ears. It's getting our thinking right, getting our attitudes right. That's kind of stuff that I think I'm pretty good at it today, and I'll just share a lot of tips and tricks and things I've learned along the way. And quite frankly, I'll also be sharing a lot of the mistakes I made so that we can save people a lot of pain and agony. They don't have to go through it. I went through it, so they can basically learn from my mistakes.
So, Jon, what is your actual expectation for this program? How do you see this all playing out?
My expectation is that a year from now, there will be 100, 200 people who have gone through the program and applied what we've shared on the program, and they have gotten their thinking changed so that they are further along, much further along on their path to success. And if you just think about it this way, Elaine, $97 a month is, what, about $1,000 a year, something like that. if people don't get 20, 30, 40, 50 times return on that investment, then they, quite frankly, just haven't applied the stuff that we've talked about.
Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us. The information has been so helpful, and if you'd like to know more, contact Jon Keel. Now, John, I know that you don't take unscheduled calls, but if somebody did want to reach out and connect with you, they could reach you at 513-257-8633, or you can connect with them at this website at AskJonKeel.com. So thank you, and good evening.